Hey there, I'm back. I'm going to be showing you how to edit the colors and properties for the Salsa Stream tool. So if we go ahead and open it up in your web browser, you have just this very basic overlay that I made. This is just a general use. Right now, it's got the Oregon Tech colors. Right now, it's dark blue for my school, which I primarily developed this for. But of course, I want anybody to be able to use this, so we'll be able to. So let me just type in some names here so we can see what's going on. Let's make sure we have a tournament name, event. And so now we can see, I mean, again, this is a pretty basic font, not too great, not too fancy, whatever. So maybe you want to change that. What we're going to do is, since this is all in CSS, this is all very, very editable. Although it does require a bit of programming knowledge, I have isolated some of the variables so that even if you're not too familiar with programming, you're still able to mess around with it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into in-game overlay.css here. This provides the formatting for both the files. So you can just open this in any text editor. I prefer Notepad++, just because it's very useful. It gives you this closing a bunch of Python stuff. It gives you this very, very helpful coloring system, and it helps you like autocomplete stuff. So you can, if you want it to be red, it'll help you with that. So pretty much these are the main things that I thought would be very helpful for people to have. So there's the player 1 background color, the player 2 background color, which is the colors on these two shapes here. The commentator background color, which is the background color. It's going to be hidden down here. It's going to be very hidden. It's this background color for these little boxes down here. Sorry about this. I didn't really get my thing set up. You also have the player text color, so which is going to be this right here, this hello. This is the player text. This is the prefix text. I believe the player text also applies to commentators. We have the info background, which is this bar right here. The info text color, which is black, and the global font right now, which is just our Archivio. I don't know how to pronounce it. So what we're going to do, we're going to change it. Let's say we make this black. Make sure you get rid of this hashtag. That hashtag is just for the hex. So now we have this as black and black. So if we save it and refresh the page, here we go. We have this as black. The player name is red now. Prefix is still in gray. For a custom font, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and first you're going to download one. Google Fonts is a pretty good website for this. Find a lot of fonts here. I'll just grab the first one I see pretty much. We'll get this weird inspiration one here. Go ahead and download it. You'll get a zip file. Open it up, and you'll have a .ttf file or a .tft file. I don't know. There's another format. Just go ahead and drag this in with the rest of the files. And then in the CSS here, we're going to go ahead and change a global font. We're going to change this to URL, open parentheses, quotation mark, and then the name of the font. In this case, it's Inspiration regular. Make sure I spelled that right. .ttf. It has to be exactly the same as the file name, otherwise it won't read it. So an actually better way to do it is to just go ahead and rename it, and then it gives you access to that. You can copy it, and then you can go ahead and Control V it in there, and I actually got it right, so that's good. So if we save it, we'll go ahead and come back into here, and we can see that it didn't work because of some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and pause and figure out why it didn't work. All right, I've gone ahead and figured it out. Pretty much what we need to do is define a custom font face here. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. What you have to do is type out this at font face. This tells the CSS code that there is a new font to save and use. Open bracket and then font dash family. This will let you set the name, so you can set it to whatever you want. If you want to do like gaming font, go ahead and do that. And then src URL, and then this is just the link to the font. I'll go ahead and download another one real quick. Let's see, what else do we have? Hurricane. This is distinct. All right. So once again, you should go ahead and drag this font face back into the folder. The other font file is a .v or .woff. So you go ahead and paste the title in there, and then close that off with another bracket. Actually, no parentheses there, so don't worry about your quotations. Sorry. Yes, parentheses, no quotations. And next, you just type in the name that you gave the font family here. So gaming font. Go ahead and save that. And then back over in the in-game overlay, we can see that we've got this new font here. If I change it back to fancy, make sure it's capital correct. We see it goes back to this other font. So that's how you change all that stuff. If you're more familiar with how CSS works, you can go ahead and feel free to edit any of this stuff. So yeah, once again, Twitter and Discord are going to be in the link, so go ahead and hit me up if you need any help. So yeah, thanks.